Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. Happy Monday morning. My name is Andrea Wilson. I'm the real estate broker here at Brick House Realty. And on Mondays, I like to come on here and give you a market update and a few other tips. So, I'm going to share my screen. The first thing that I want to talk about today is I'm giving you 6 reasons why for sale by owners fail even when the market is hot. So let me share my screen with you real quick. All right, so you should see my screen and 6 reasons for sale by owners fail even in a hot market. So right now in the real estate market, we are absolutely seeing the market is going crazy. Homes are being sold, within a matter of 24 hours of going up on the market. And so buyers are getting frustrated because some of them can't get their offer in quick enough, or the seller has multiple offers, so it's driving that price point up. But through all of this, some owners may feel the need to take advantage of the market and decide to put that home on the market themselves. Maybe they're wanting to save some money, but oftentimes it still doesn't even work for them. And so I'm going to share some of those tips here why it does not work from time to time. So, number one has to do with the pricing. Bad pricing. So oftentimes the seller is placing their home on the market. They have no market data to support, what they're listing it for. They may have looked and know that a neighbor or a house down the street around the corner sold for a particular amount of money, but oftentimes they're unaware of the conditions of their homes. And so oftentimes you think that home, your personal home, is in better condition than another home. So that pricing oftentimes hinders that seller from selling the property in a timely fashion, even in a hot market. So they just don't have a good grasp on what the market is and what the comps are. And then number two, lack of marketing. So the lack of marketing is the other thing that holds them back. Oftentimes they will put it on Zillow and then a yard sign, and then those are the only two methods. So there's no additional marketing that's going out for potential buyers to see that property. And so it's just not getting enough traffic. As you know, most people start the home buying process online. So it's just not getting enough traffic or for people to see it to want to show their interest in the property. Number three is no access. I think for me, this is a really big one. Even as an agent, from time to time, I do reach out to for sale by owners, and trying to coordinate to get in to see the property is oftentimes challenging. And so, because it's a for sale by owner, they're oftentimes showing the property at their own convenience versus at when it's a convenient time for a potential buyer. So that, I would say, for me, is probably one of the biggest issues of just accessing the property. And even as a real estate agent, and say I just want to view the property, I don't know that for sale by owners realize that even as real estate agents, we preview a lot of properties prior to bringing our clients into that particular property. So because that we do that, we are very familiar with the inventory. We like to see what's going on. So we may want to schedule a time to preview that property or that owner's property prior to bringing a client in, because I don't know, if I have not seen your property, I don't exactly know if I have a client that would be interested in the property. Sure, they may be interested in the area and the neighborhood, but specifically they may not be interested in your home unless your real estate or a real estate agent sees it. So number four, The inability to talk about the money. So this can be an uncomfortable conversation for a lot of sellers. Oftentimes, we actually find that the seller undercuts themselves by trying to do it themselves because they just don't have the natural negotiating skills. You don't have the market data of what that property could bring. And then it's just an uncomfortable conversation when a potential buyer comes your way. It's an uncomfortable to ask them, well, are you pre-approved? Or, can I see that pre-approval? Because you may feel like you're crossing the line. So this is another area where a for sale by owner tends to struggle. And then number 5, unrealistic expectation. So again, just having that idea and notion that your property should go for a higher dollar amount without understanding your property as it compares to, your neighbors or another home that may have sold around the corner. And then having that buyer come back to you and ask for certain concessions in the transaction as well. The unwillingness to make it work and to work a deal out is also a challenge. And then number 6 is agent avoidance. Some for sale by owners do not believe that they need a real estate agent's help. Sometimes agents will just bring the buyer to the transaction and represent the seller. And a couple things happen there. Agents will sometimes avoid dealing with for sale by owners. That for sale by owner may either decide they don't want to deal with a real estate agent, and then for the ones that do, they get just kind of assume like, oh, the agents will just bring that buyer to me. Well, a lot of times agents aren't really eager to work with a for sale by owner because it's like doing twice the work to receive one paycheck. Because the for sale by owner does not understand the contract, the time frame and guidelines that goes into the whole buying process. So then that buyer's agent could be left handling the paperwork on both sides of the transaction. And so it opens up some liability there as well. Obviously, we want to make sure that we get the proper disclosures and everything in place, but it opens up liability that after the fact, that seller may feel like they were taken advantage of just because they didn't have the proper representation. And the way that you really want to look at that is if you were going to court, would you want to go to court without any representation of an attorney, or would you want to have someone who is knowledgeable, who's going to fight for your behalf? And most would say that they will want that attorney. Sure, you may not want to spend the money on that attorney, but you want to come out with the best outcome as possible. And so in real estate, this same situation holds true. You want to end up in the best situation as possible, and that's by having a real estate agent represent you on your side, on your behalf. So next, I want to take a look at the September's numbers to show you where we closed out. Just a little bit of market data here. As part of that market data, we're looking at Cuyahoga County. These are your September numbers. So the number of sales we ended with in September was 1,918. The average sale price is 194,000. Number of new listings is 2,458, and the average days on the market is 42. So just remember that the average days on the market, while it's saying 42, that's looking at the across the county in comparison to all of the homes that are on the market. Homes that are in really good condition, they're actually going in a matter of 24 hours within a week's time. Those homes are going quickly off of the market. But for those that may need a little bit more work, maybe adjusting the price, they're averaging about 42 days on the market. And then I'm just going to look at where we're at so far for October. So today is October 19th. Again, looking at Cuyahoga County numbers for October. The number of home sales so far is 931. The average sale price so far for the month is a little bit higher at $203,000. Number of new listings, 1,410. And then the average days on the market is still at 42. So you can see the average sale price has gone up a little bit as comparison to September. We'll see how that works out as we continue to go through the month. We're looking good, pretty good here in terms of new listings. Hopefully, we'll start to continue to see an increase and rise on those new listings, although we're going into the fall months. Hopefully, with the coronavirus, it just slowed down a lot of sellers from putting their home on the market. So hopefully, we'll start to see that inventory increase for the fall months as things are starting to open up more and more gradually. And then last, I just want to talk to you about some fall do-it-yourself projects. I thought it was very timely right now to share with you a couple tips of how to prepare your home, especially if you're thinking about selling your home. So I just have a couple tips here. The first one is sprucing up your yard. This is the perfect time. You want to make sure that you spruce up your yard by raking your leaves, cleaning those gutters, maybe putting some fall, holiday decorations on your front step, having proper lighting, because as you know, the time is getting ready to change at the end of this month. And so it gets dark really early. So having proper lighting is a must, especially if you're going to be having your home on the market when potential buyers are coming through. They're trying to look for that address. What a great time to make sure that you're putting your address on your property so that it's visible, maybe by some light, so people can easily find your home, and then they have a lit walkway up to your door. So another thing that you can do is change the batteries in your smoke detectors. You want to make sure that you change those batteries in your smoke detectors. It could save your life. If you have a carbon monoxide detector, you want to do that as well. And then last, if you have a sprinkler system, making sure that you turn off those sprinkler systems and any outdoor water spigots. You don't want, and you're draining those lines out because you don't want any water to be left in those lines to freeze and potentially crack those lines. And so that is all that I have for you today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. You can put those in the comment sections. I am happy to answer those questions for you here. If you're thinking about buying a home, I would love to talk to you, help you through that process, talk about the next steps. Same thing if you're looking to sell your home, I can provide a market analysis for you for free, how to get you on track of what the price point of your home is. And then lastly, if you're thinking about investing in real estate, we have a lot of services that we can help you get going to get you into your first either fix and flip project or into your first rental property. So the question is, any suggestions for a contractor? Are you looking for a contractor? I just want to make sure I understand the questions. Are you looking for where to find a contractor? If you're looking for a contractor, I can send you a referral for a contractor. My husband oversees Pyramid Home. Okay, my husband actually oversees Pyramid Home Renovation. That is our construction company, and so we offer a lot of services. We do it all to help you, either if it's for investment property or it's for your own personal property. And in the event that if he were booked up, we have other contractors that we can send you. So I will send you a link for that. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for joining me. If you are not already, please be sure to like or subscribe to my channel. I like to provide lots of great information, tips, and resources for you as it relates to real estate. So thank you for joining me today, and have a wonderful Monday. You're welcome.